This is gonna be weirder than usual.
Control feels like the culmination of everything Remedy Games has been working towards. The bizarre and interesting worlds from their past games were filled with mysteries to uncover and are now meshed with incredible third-person action gameplay in Control. This sci-fi thriller keeps you guessing and wanting to know more and sets the foundation for the studio to build something truly great.
You can keep traveling deeper. The oldest house is a shifting place. There are rules and rituals. You can keep traveling.
Jesse Faden is the new director of the Federal Bureau of Control, a secret government organization that investigates supernatural events. As Jesse, you'll explore the Bureau's headquarters, the oldest house, which is now in the midst of a lockdown where a threatening force has made employees turn into hostile monsters known as the Hiss. You'll need to bring all of the major sectors back online before raising the lockdown, and you'll need to do that with the help of all the remaining Bureau employees. The handful of characters you'll interact with are mostly there to give the next quest, but they offer additional dialogue options to give you a better idea of their personality or hints for what to do next. While the main drive is quelling the Hiss threat, Jessie has an ulterior motive in coming to the Bureau as she thinks they might have been involved with the events earlier in her life and have something to do with her brother's disappearance.
At least she seems to know what's going on here. She could know about Dylan.
I can clear out the Hiss. I'll be your firepower.
These two threads make for a compelling experience, and how they intertwine and twist make for more questions than answers. And while the main story goes into some predictable directions, there's more to unpack in the larger world.
Why is kid stuff always so creepy?
Jesse's story isn't the only one going on, as the oldest house ultimately stole the show for me. The environments are massive, with plenty of secrets hiding around every corner. Collectible documents, audio logs, and of course in Remedy fashion, weird live-action videos to watch on a CRT.
The astral plane. Similar to an iceberg, what you see is not what you always get. Regardless, this place is vitally important to the Bureau.
These are scattered around the environments for you to uncover across the 4 different sectors: executive, research, maintenance, and containment. While the environments are very industrial and concrete structurally, each one has their own distinct flavor and are hiding areas with side stories and events that are often just as compelling as the main story. An underground labyrinth taken over by mold monsters or a killer fridge are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what otherworldly horrors you can uncover. Completing these quests then feeds back into the gameplay by awarding you skill points for the skill tree or weapon mods. It's a standard approach to upgrades, but it works and it's not overbearing and allows the discovery of the Bureau to take center stage. Right from the get-go, you feel powerful as Jessie. With her service weapon in hand and telekinetic powers in the other, you're almost immediately taking down foes with relative ease. Your service weapon starts with a somewhat basic pistol, but you can unlock transformations for it that can make it act like a shotgun or a machine gun and other various weapon types. These variants unlock from crafting materials that drop from enemies or chests scattered around the sectors. Those materials also let you upgrade the weapons even further by slotting in mods that let you tune each to your liking. Shatter, for example, has mods that make it spread smaller for more powerful shots or ones that increase its ammo count. Personal mods can also be equipped to finer tune your telekinetic abilities. These abilities are mostly unlocked through the main story, but there are 2 that are completely optional. You could miss or skip them completely if you're not exploring. They won't disappear, but you'll have to go off the main path if you want to find them. You can hurl pretty much any object in the environment at enemies, and with upgrades, even the enemies themselves. Combining your abilities in surface weapon is super satisfying and a necessity in some cases. Adding in the shield ability or levitation into this mix makes for a lot of combat options and can make every fight feel like a toolbox of cool shit you can pick from and have fun with.
Unusual.
I can use a lot of superlative to describe how much I loved Control. The combat is some of the most fun I've had in a third-person action game in years, and the game completely exceeded my expectations in its scope. What I thought might have been just a 10 to 15 hour linear story-driven game turned out to be this much more expansive game of discovering the supernatural world through Jesse's eyes. I've put about 30 hours in and still have side missions to complete and more awesome environments to explore. I can't wait to see what becomes of this new universe and what's next for Remedy Games.